Hello and welcome to my alien roommate. This is another demo, but it's supposed to be pretty long. I mean, indie devs are really spoiling us with these huge demos, but I'm not complaining. So as the title suggests, this is more of a slice-of-life comedy type thing with sci-fi elements and apparently also thriller. Sounds interesting. And yeah, you can see the three love interests right here, and not going to lie, I am most curious about our alien boy. So, let's give it a try. And yes, you can pick your pronouns. I'm going to go with she, her. And you can also change the name. I will leave it as the default with my name is Riley. Tutorial time! These icons will appear when you choose an option that either positively or negatively affects your relationship points, RP, with one of the three love interests. Not all choices result in a change in RP. Some choices simply lead to new lines of dialogue or scenarios to explore. Some choices may have greater RP gains than others, and greater losses. Some choices may also affect two separate characters' RP at the same time. That's interesting. Note that certain choices may not affect RP until later in the game, once the consequences of your decision have taken effect. That's all you need to know. Have fun! Okay, interesting. I haven't played a game with this kind of mechanic in some time. And several videos have been posted online tracking the unknown object across San Angeles. Whatever it is, it appears to be hurtling through the sky with no real sense of direction. The most popular theory at the moment is that this could be our first real sighting of an unidentified flying object, otherwise known as an UFO. What do you think, Beatrice? Cornelius, I can't tell you how many images I've seen over the years that supposedly prove the existence of aliens, and they never do. Unless I see this so-called UFO with my own two eyes, I imagine it'll be just like all the others. Another unsolved mystery. A UFO? No way. Setting down my bowl of ice cream, I reach for my phone. Looking up #UFO, my local litter timeline is littered with dozens of grainy, phone-recorded videos featuring an orange speck of light streaking haphazardly through the night sky. That's it. That could literally be anything. People think that's a UFO? Still enraptured by my phone, I don't hear the muted explosion in the distance. The most recent video looks like it was shot in the park. Whatever that orange speck is, it might be getting close. I'm still scrolling through my timeline when a soft thump catches my attention. What was that? Something moves out of the corner of my eye. I turn to look out the window, and my jaw drops. My heart skips a beat. There's a boy perched outside my balcony. Considering I live on the top floor, boys randomly showing up on my balcony is a shock in and of itself, but one look at him makes it clear he's no ordinary boy. His skin is purple. I'm not imagining that, am I? I squeeze my eyes shut for a few seconds before opening them again. he's still there. This is real. Hooked around his waist and draped over the edge of the balcony is a rapidly deflating parachute. He touches the floor and pauses, like he's taking a deep breath to calm himself. It's then that he realizes he's not alone either. He turns his head, eyes locking onto mine, and I get another shock when I see the unnatural red shade of his pupils. For a few moments, we stare wordlessly back at one another. At last, he raises a hand and smiles at me. Hello. That's the last thing I remember before I black out. Okay. The room slowly comes back into focus. Rubbing my eyes, I stare up at the ceiling, trying to remember how I ended up on the couch. What happened? Glancing to my left, I see my bowl of ice cream sitting where I left it on the coffee table. Oh man, it's all melted. Did I fall asleep while eating? Wait a second. I blacked out, didn't I? Because I saw, or at least I thought I saw. But no. No, I couldn't have. Nervous, I take a quick peek out the balcony to check if the intruder's still there, and breathe a sigh of relief when I find it empty. See, it was just a dream. Just a silly, harmless, sugar rush-induced dream. Oh, you're awake! A cheerful purple face fills my vision, looming over me with a bright smile. Hello again. Ugh! Yeah. Toppling onto the floor, I scuttle away from the purple intruder as fast as I can, even as he backs away from me just as quickly. You're... Just calm down, okay? Who are you? What do you want from me? It's okay, I'm not here to hurt you, I just... He takes a step towards me, and I scream. Get back! Okay, just calm down, alright? He swallows, eyes darting to the front door, as if nervous someone's about to barge in after hearing our screams of terror. It's the purple skin, right? That's what freaks you out? That's okay. I can change it, alright? Watch! His body appears to change shape before my very eyes, blurring in and out of focus until... Ta-da! All better. How'd you do that? What the hell are you? Oh, come on. Isn't this any better? Demon! You're a demon! Demon? Hey, you take that back. I'm no demon. Stay back, demon! I already said I'm not a... Looking around for something to throw, I pick up a fallen DVD and toss it in his direction. It bounces off his forehead and he stumbles back, eyes wide with almost comical surprise. What was that for? For making sure you stay as far away from me as possible. Take this. I throw another DVD at him. Ow. Hey, quit that. That hurts, you know? I scramble to my feet and dash into the kitchen, pulling a fresh string of herbs off the wall. It's not a vampire. Oh. Get back! Back, I say! I brandish the string of herbs at him like a whip. Really? Yeah, this is pretty dumb. Would you just listen to me? I'm trying to talk to you. Abandoning the herbs, I pick up the next closest thing to a weapon. A wickedly sharp kitchen knife. The fear returns to the intruder's eyes. What are you gonna do with that? I'll hurt you with this if you come any closer. I mean it. I'm dangerous. And I sure sound like it. Okay. Clearly frightened by the knife, the once purple intruder takes on a more defensive stance, backed up against the opposite wall. I'll stay right here. Is that better? Please, I just want to talk. I hope you can't see how badly my hands trembling, even as I have the blade with as threatening an aura as I can muster. I've never stabbed a person before, or, well, whatever he is. Do I have it in me? It always looks so easy in the movies. Standing here now, with a knife in my hand, I'm not planning to chop onions with, it suddenly feels a lot more daunting. Even if I can't muster up the guts to use it, just having a weapon in hand makes me feel a little less defenseless. Having calmed down a little, I take a closer look at the boy. Now that he's no longer purple, he looks convincingly human. He's also changed out of whatever outfit he'd been wearing when I first saw him. The clothes he has on now are strangely familiar. Hang on, are you wearing my pajamas? Sorry? Unbelievable. My other clothes were singed and I didn't want to track ashes all over your house, so I thought... So you thought you'd just invite yourself in and parade around in my clothes? I'm sorry. Who in their right mind... Okay, actually they'll fit you surprisingly well. But seriously, who in their right mind does something like that? Who the hell are you? Talk. Now. Okay, just... sorry, for a second, let me... because it's a bit too loud at times, I feel. Sorry about that. Talk. Now. Alright. My name's Enoch. Well, who or what are you, Enoch? I'm a Zexalian. He says it like it's the most matter-of-fact thing in the world, which exasperates me further. I don't know what that means. Is that some new species of animal or something? What are you exactly? Animal? How rude. Do I look like an animal to you? I don't know what you look like because you're definitely not human. I mean, what human has those eyes or that purple skin? What human can turn that on and off at will? I told you, I'm Zexalian. I'm Dropping his voice to a whisper, he leans in while keeping his fearful gaze trained on the knife in my hand. Truth is, I'm not from around here, if you, know what I mean. Oh, you think? What do you mean, not from around here? You mean like... I'm not... from Earth? His words make my stomach drop. I come from Zex. Well, I come from outer space. Okay? Oh. The... mackerel. It's gotten to the point where I can't say I'm surprised by the revelation, and part of me suspected it from the get-go, what with the purple skin and all. But that doesn't make it come as any less of a shock. You mean you're a... My voice is shaking as badly as my hands are once more. You're an alien? I suppose to you humans I would fit the definition of an alien, so... Yes. Yes, I am. It's nice to meet you. Even though you've probably never met an alien before. And I probably should have asked for permission first before wearing your clothes. I hope that won't stop us from becoming friends. I've never befriended a human before. Or even spoken to one, for that matter. So, this is exciting. What's your name, new human friend? Hello? Oh, sorry, did I... space out? I know this must be hard to take in, considering you humans probably didn't know other species existed in the universe besides yourselves, but... hard to take in. Hard to take in? Oh, not at all. What's there to take in? You know, besides the fact that I have an alien in my kitchen? Are you alright? You look a little... pale. The last thing I remember before blacking out again is Enoch running to catch me before I hit the floor. How nice of him. 1 week later. Okay. Chapter 1. School Days. Week 1, Monday. The smell of burning bacon hits me before I'm even fully awake. That's a nice room. I turn over in bed and, to my horror, spot a couple wisps of smoke seeping into my bedroom through a gap in the door. Oh, great. What's he done this time? Still groggy, I drag myself out of bed and stumble towards the kitchen. Riley, you're awake! Enoch, what are you... Enoch beams with pride as he presents the frying pan in his hand to me for inspection. I'm at breakfast. You... what? Looky here, bacon and eggs exactly like you made the other day. Want some? The smoldering, coal-like lumps he's struggling to scrape out of the pan and onto the nearest plate look nothing like bacon and eggs. It smells awful. What'd you do? Well, I wasn't sure how long to cook it for. You said humans can't eat most foods raw, so I wanted to be sure it was safe to eat. Judging by the burnt smell, the food being raw will be the least of my problems. I thought I told you not to mess around in the kitchen without me. You make it sound like I'm causing trouble on purpose. I was just trying to make us breakfast. But why? I could have done it if you were hungry. All you had to do was wake me up. I wanted to make you food for once. You're always the one making food for me. It's only common courtesy, even among us aliens, to do something nice for someone who does something nice for you first. Enoch, I appreciate the sentiment. Really, I do. But you're just making more work for me. You could have set the whole place on fire. What do you think would have happened then, if I'd have to save us both from a burning building? Aren't you overreacting a little? See, everything's fine. No fire here. And thank goodness for that. Hey, come on. My cooking isn't that bad. Is it? I look down at the plate of charred mush sitting before me and sigh, trying to keep my temper in check. I can't be mad at him for being curious. He has every right to be. Still, sometimes I can't help but wonder if keeping him around is more trouble than it's worth. Now that the novelty of having an alien roommate has more or less worn off, I'm starting to realize the drawbacks of living with one. The constant fear of getting discovered, for starters. Not to mention taking care of him and teaching him about Earth so he doesn't do something stupid and blow his cover. Or get us both killed in a house fire, for that matter. You want to try cooking? Fine. But next time, let me watch over you while you do, just in case something goes wrong. Okay? Okay. Come on, help me clean up. There's baking grease and eggshells all over the place. And throw that burnt mess out already. I'm so sorry, I'm going to adjust this again. It's hard for me to judge too about the volume, but it still feels a bit too loud. Goodbye, bacon and eggs. To think I worked so hard on you. Together, Enoch and I put the kitchen back in order and dispose of his pitiful attempt at cooking us food. By the time we finish, a good 15 minutes have gone by, and my stomach grumbles in protest. Breakfast is a bust, so guess I'll buy something to eat on the way to school. Ooh, can I come with you? Enoch, we've been over this. You can't come to school with me. It's too risky. But why? Can't we just say I'm your dashingly handsome foreign exchange student friend who needs to be by your side at all times? No one would question us if that was the case, especially given how accurate the dashingly handsome part is. Everyone would question us. It doesn't work like that. You'd need papers for registration to prove you were supposed to be there, and there'd be all sorts of admin matters to sort through. Bottom line, it just wouldn't work out. Fine. Can I come with you at least? Just to drop you off? Why? You're not my mom. No, but that way I can get something to eat too. I haven't had breakfast either, you know. Plus, I'd really like to try more of those crepes we had the other day. Say what now? You know, from cozy crabs? Oh, cozy crepes? Is that how you say it in English? Sorry, it's just that my friend the other day, I think heard maybe for the first time how Americans say crepes. Because we pronounce it more like the French as crepe. Which I know sounds like crap to you, but it's just... whatever. Please don't call them crabs in public. So, can we go? Can we? I don't know. Can you find your way home afterwards? I don't want you getting lost. I can find my way back just fine. After all, I made it to Earth all by myself, didn't I? Enoch, you almost died in a fiery explosion along the way. Keyword being almost. Even if you hadn't died, you almost killed me with a heart attack, that's for sure. I pinched the bridge of my nose in frustration. If I let you come back on your own, are you absolutely sure you can find your way home? Of course. What if someone sees you? Then all they'll see is an impossibly charming, attractive human male walking around on his own during the day. That's not a crime on Earth, is it? Wait, is it? I suppose you got a point. About no one recognizing you, I mean. Not the part about the charming, attractive... never mind. You're acting like this is my first time leaving the apartment. Haven't you taken me out a few times already? Why should it be any different if I'm on my own as opposed to being with you? I'm just worried that if you're on your own, you'll do or say something us humans consider inappropriate. Inappropriate? Me? Never. Enoch. Come on, Riley. When have I ever been inappropriate? Remember when I took you to the convenience store and you tried swallowing a chocolate bar whole, wrapper and all? Without paying, might I add? You can't blame me for that. You were the one who said everything on the shelves was edible. What about that time we crossed the street and you didn't know how a traffic light worked? Yeah, but that was one time. I know better now. And it's not like anyone got hurt. You saw a bus driving towards you, stood there and waved at it. How was I supposed to know that humans ride around in large metal death machines? Last but not least, need I mention the urinal incident? Don't remind me. Do you Earthlings have no shame? Why stand around doing your business in public when the proper thing to do is take care of it on the safe, secure space of an enclosed cubicle? It's outrageous. Agreed. It's not in public. That's the whole point of a restroom. Even so, no one runs out of a public restroom screaming and doesn't get asked a ton of questions. Okay, so you may have a point. But this time will be different. I promise I won't do anything you wouldn't do yourself. I can't say it's fair either to keep you locked up in here all the time, like a household pet. Fine, you can come with me today, but only far enough to get some food. Once done, head straight back here. I can't explore on my own? Not even a little? I don't want you going someplace you're not supposed to, like a police station or some shady alley. Point is, no detours. Straight back here. Understood? Yes, ma'am. Can I still drop you off at school like I wanted? Sure. There's no harm in walking a few more blocks, I suppose. That's good enough for me. I should go get ready. Ooh, me too. What should I wear today, Riley? Wear whatever you like. Except your pajamas, of course. Yeah, but your earthling fashion trends are so confusing. You either bundle up in cocoons of thick coats and heavy jackets, or you barely wear anything at all. It's bizarre. Over the past week, I've discovered that Enoch isn't affected by extreme temperatures on either end of the spectrum. On the hottest day last week, we took a walk through the neighborhood with him dressed in one of my aunt's wooliest coats, and he barely broke a sweat. Similarly, the one time it rained, he stood out on the balcony in little more than what he's wearing now, and didn't shiver once. What shocked me most, however, was seeing him hold his hand over an open flame without even flinching. Of course, I hadn't known about his supposed immunity to burn wounds and had freaked out, convinced he was trying to set himself on fire for some maniacal reason. Whatever then, I'll just put on something super snazzy. And draw more attention to yourself? Isn't the whole point to not stand out too much since we're trying to avoid unwanted attention? Why would dressing nicely make me suspicious? You don't think all well-dressed people on Earth are aliens in disguise, do you? That's not what I meant. I just think, given the circumstances, your priority should be to look less conspicuous. Relax, Riley. I told you. My human disguise is flawless. Outfit or no outfit, there's no way I'm getting found out. Outfit, please. Not no outfit. Nudity will make you very conspicuous. Besides, I'd stand out with or without fancy clothes anyway, because of how attractive a human I make. As you humans say, clothes don't make the man. Or in my case, clothes don't make the alien? Just get changed. I didn't expect him to be so confident, I guess. But it's funny. I watch as he bounds off to his bedroom, the guest room, in a hurry. Shaking my head, I depart from my own room to gather my things. How big is this place? Like, the bedroom already looked pretty big, and so does this living and kitchen area. Balcony doesn't look too small either, in the guest room. And which is the student? Oh well. Wait, did I? Sometimes I don't remember if I already read things, I'm so sorry. Oh! Even now, a week after accepting Enoch as my roommate, it's still hard to wrap my head around the fact that I have a real, honest-to-goodness alien living under my roof. But it does get easier to accept with every passing day I spend with him. Enoch, for all his inadequate knowledge of human behavior, can more or less pass himself off as a normal human being. A very clumsy, goofy, naive excuse of one. It's true he knows almost nothing about humanity, not our customs, traditions, culture, or technology. Yet, surprisingly enough, Earth and his home planet Zexalia do share some things in common. For instance, Enoch understands the concept behind buildings and schools, but not cars or urinals. He'd been endlessly fascinated by the primitive technology behind mundane things like spoons and forks, yet is completely familiar with furniture like tables and chairs. Some things are just universal, I suppose. Pun fully intended. We like it. Most miraculous of all is the fact that he speaks English. Apparently, according to him at least, the species has evolved to the point that they're capable of universal translation. It doesn't help him pick up on words and phrases he needs context to understand, nor does he understand words for which there exists no Zexalian equivalent. For the most part, though, I am able to converse with him as well as I would anyone else. Taking care of him would have been twice as hard if he spoke some weird alien language and neither of us could understand the other. Like all living beings, Enoch needs to eat to survive, although his knowledge of what constitutes human food is severely lacking. I recall the very first meal I made for him on the night we first met. The boxes! So cute. You're not hungry, are you? Maybe a little? Okay, I'm starving. Sit down, I'll make you something. You don't have to do that. It's fine. I cook to de-stress anyway, and right now I could use a moment of normalcy to remind myself that I'm not dreaming, and that I really am talking to an alien for the first time, and that you're not gonna black out again, are you? Enoch takes a seat at the table while I head into the kitchen and whip him up a quick batch of scrambled eggs. Have you, ever tried eggs before? Eggs? Would say eggs? It's a no then. Well, you're in for a treat. Plating the eggs, I slide them across the table and present Enoch with a fork, to which he gives a blank stare. You have no idea how to use this, do you? Not a clue. Taking the utensil, I lift a forkful of eggs up to his mouth so he can see how it's done. Man, I'm a good cook. Now you try. He does the same, and as he chews, I watch the expression on his face grow from uncertainty to surprise, and at last to delight. He starts shoveling the rest of the eggs into his mouth with almost no regard for table manners whatsoever. Bits of egg go flying into the air each time he attacks the plate with his fork. Once his plate is clean, he sets the fork down, smacking his lips. To my surprise, his eyes well up with tears. Why are you crying? It's just so good. I have never tasted anything this sublime. Still hungry? The need has subsided. Weird way of phrasing that, but okay. Back on Zexalia, whatever he eats for food must pale in comparison to what Earth has to offer. Besides eating, Enoch sleeps, drinks and showers, much to my immense relief, like any other human would, even if bathroom facilities like urinals and bidets are unfamiliar to him. All in all, basic human functions apply to him as much as anyone else. Put aside the purple skin and demonic eyes, and he'd be almost indistinguishable from the rest of the human population. Almost. The people at Cozy Crepe Cafe, for instance, probably thought him strange when he started cramming multiple crepes into his mouth the one and only time I took him there. I also got weird looks from my neighbor, Mrs. Potts, the first time she saw me with Enoch and Tao. She's always had a penchant for gossip. I'm sure she was dying to know why I was entering and exiting my apartment with a strange boy by my side. Still, nosy neighbors I can deal with. It's government agents and Area 51 scientists that worry me. Ready, Enoch? Ready. I stifle a laugh. You look like you just got off a plane from the Bahamas. The what now? Never mind. Honestly, I forgot I had that shirt. I don't know why you don't wear this more often. I bet you'd look swell in it. After all, I look pretty great, don't you think? Oh, what am I saying? I always look great. Anyway, if you're ready, then so am I. Let's go. Not yet, you're not. Aren't you... forgetting something? Oh, right. Perfect. Mrs. Potts is watering her plants in the corridor when Enoch and I step out. She straightens at the sight of us, and her eyebrows shoot up into her head. I recognize the look on her face and brace myself for the inevitable questions. Good morning, Riley. Off to school, are we? Yes, Mrs. Potts. Daisy, Mrs. Potts' 6-year-old granddaughter, peeks out from behind her grandmother, staring up at us with big, round eyes. Enoch smiles and waves at her. Your Aunt Josephine's not back yet, is she? I'm not sure when she's coming back. Until then, it's just me. And Enoch, I guess. Ah, right. She cocks her head to the side, a coy smile on her face. Not to assume, but is he a relative, perhaps? Hi, I'm Enoch, Riley's new roommate. I don't believe we've been introduced. It's very nice to meet you, Enoch. I'm Mrs. Potts, Riley's neighbor. Enoch's a friend I know. From afar. Very afar. I shoot him a look. As I was saying, he's staying with me for the time being. Oh, but of course. I figured it had to be something like that. What do you mean? Well, I didn't want to say anything at first in case I was mistaken, but the first time I saw you two together, I couldn't help but think that you might have been... you know... She wiggles her eyebrows suggestively at me. What? You know? No, I don't know. Yes, you do. I really don't. Really, dear? Must I spell it out for you? I thought you were taking your secret boyfriend home to spend the night. I'm not surprised her mind went there, but Mrs. Potts' words still make my breath hitch in my throat. Mrs. Potts, it's not like that at all. Enoch's just my roommate. Honest. I figured, dear. I'm just teasing. Oh, listen to me. I must sound like such a busybody. But let an old woman's thoughts wander, won't you? It makes me feel young again. I may not have come to the wrong conclusion, but had a different neighbor witness the same thing I did. Remember how chatty a certain couple used to be. I glance at the empty apartment over her shoulder, vacant now that the couple who lived there has moved out. Our old neighbors, Trip and Grace, had always been cordial to me and Mrs. Potts, but even though they lived 2 doors down, I'd often hear their famously vicious squabbles late into the night. The part of me that longs for a good night's sleep is somewhat thankful they finally moved away. I just hope, for the sake of their future neighbors, that they've also moved within vicinity of a proper couples counselor. While Mrs. Potts and I have been talking, Enoch and Daisy have spent the last 2 minutes ignoring our conversation. She's taken him by the hand and is showing him some of her grandmother's beloved potted plants. "Your plants are growing great, Mrs. Potts. I don't know how you do it." "Oh, that reminds me. I'd be happy to lend you a hand with your garden, should you need it. I've seen Josephine's balcony, and it can be a lot to handle if you don't have much experience gardening." Aunt Jo left her balcony garden in my care when she first handed me the keys to her apartment. This makes a lot more sense, and I'm sorry for doubting you there at the beginning. I've tried to water her plants every day on her behalf, but I'm not the most responsible of caretakers. There have been days where I simply forgot to water them. Sometimes those days stretch into weeks. Given I see them outside the window every day, you'd think I'd remember to water them daily. But as an only child, I've never had to take care of anything that required much responsibility, like plants, pets, or a younger sibling. I wonder if that's why being Enoch's roommate has given me so much grief. That's alright, Mrs. Potts, but I appreciate the offer. I check the time on my phone. Sorry, but we really should be going, or we're gonna be late for... Well, I'm gonna be late for school. Oh, don't apologize. I won't hold either of you up any longer. Daisy, say goodbye to the nice young man. Bye. Bye, Daisy. I usher Enoch past the 2 Potts ladies with a final wave goodbye as we hurry into the elevator. Enoch waits for the doors to slide shut before speaking again. Your neighbors are such pleasant people. Why wouldn't you let me talk to them before? I was worried you'd give yourself away. I wasn't sure you'd be able to convincingly act like a... you know. I glance up at the security camera installed in the ceiling. It probably doesn't pick up audio, but it pays to be careful. Well, now that you've spent a week with me, you know you can trust my acting skills, right? Right? Riley, say something. Enoch and I follow the streets to school. I've taken him down this path before, but he still can't help looking around in wonder, be it to gawk at birds chirping in the trees or at cars driving down the road. Riley, look! That crepe place is up ahead. Crepe, Enoch. It's pronounced crepe. Please, don't be so loud. Can we stop there for breakfast? I was thinking we could just grab a hot dog along the way or something. What if there's a long line? We can't sit down and eat, or I'll be late for school. We'll buy some crepes to go and be quick about it. It won't take long. You know I'll stop by on my way home, even if you say no. That means I'd be in there, all alone. On my own. Without you to watch me. Who knows what kind of shenanigans I could get up to. Are you threatening me? I would never do something so depraved. I'm simply insinuating that worse things might happen later if you don't go with me now. In other words, it is a threat. Again, I wouldn't use such a barbaric term for it. I'd like to think of it as a gentle suggestion. Ugh, you're awful sometimes, you know that? Fine, we'll go in, but we can't stay too long, alright? I mean, if you would have me choose, I would choose the crepe over a hot dog for breakfast. Cozy Crepe Cafe, or Cozy Crepes as it's known colloquially, is a quaint little dessert cafe that sells all kinds of sweet treats. Primarily though, they're best known for, shocker, their crepes. These delectable delights have captured the hearts of many a customer, especially Enoch. I'll take 2 crepes, please. Ooh, I want chocolate sauce on mine. And whipped cream. And banana slices. And peanut butter. And strawberries and... Whoa, easy there. I'm not made of money, you know. I let Enoch rattle off all his desired toppings, within budget, before choosing what I want. That'll be $10. Enoch pouts as I hand the money over. Only 2 crepes? Last time we came, you ate 10 all by yourself. We had so many people staring at us. It's because they were fascinated and amazed by the insurmountable depths of my appetite. More like mortified and appalled. I know I was, at any rate. Then, at least one more won't hurt, right? He flashes me his trademark puppy dog eyes. You couldn't be so heartless as to say no to this face, could you? Who knew aliens could be this manipulative? I mean, who eats just 1 crepe for breakfast? Just 1 isn't enough, Riley. I mean, it depends on the crepe, but I can't get enough of them, so sure. Fine, 1 more. 1 more and that's it, okay? Enoch bounces up and down on the balls of his feet, visibly delighted. Our first RP there. Not surprising. That's all I'm asking for. You're the best, Riley. I hand another $5 over to the cashier. Cashier? Jesus. The cashier hands us our crepes as we step out of line. Enoch wastes no time taking a big bite out of one of his. Just as good as I remembered. Riley? That voice. There stands Lucas, a crepe clutched in one hand and his phone in the other, a look of surprise on his usually stoic face. His eyes are fixed on Enoch as if unsure what to make of him. He approaches us cautiously. Hey, Lucas. Hey. I didn't expect to see you here. I was hungry and had a craving for crepes. His eyes swivel back to Enoch with guarded curiosity. Who's your friend? Oh, this is, Hi, I'm Enoch, Riley's new roommate. You are? You never told me you got a roommate, Riley. How long has this been going on? Only a week. It's a bit of a recent development. It's nice to meet you. What's your name? Lucas swallows, visibly uncomfortable around Enoch's almost overbearingly sunny disposition. My name's Lucas. I'm Riley's classmate. My classmate? Don't listen to him, Enoch. Lucas is just being modest. This guy's my best bud. Calling himself just my classmate is putting it mildly. Lucas and I have known each other for more than a decade now. He's my oldest and bestest friend, although our mutual friend Kat is a close second. Our friendship had a pretty classic beginning. We met at the local playground after he'd recently moved to the neighborhood and didn't know anyone. I'd taken it upon myself to befriend the lonely, friendless boy sitting by himself on the swings, and the rest, as they say, is history. We shared the same interests in video games. We went to school together, hung out at each other's houses, and got to know each other's families. We told each other everything. Well, almost everything. Best friend or not, I doubt even Lucas would have kept us cool if I told him I had an alien roommate. I mean, if you were to tell anyone, it would be your best friend, wouldn't it? Pocketing his phone, Lucas holds his free hand out for Enoch to shake. Enoch, who hasn't had reason to shake another person's hand so far, stares down blankly at Lucas' outstretched hand before dutifully handing over his half-eaten crepe. Did you want my crepe? Here you go. What the... No, Enoch, he doesn't want your food, he just wants to shake your hand. Shake my hand? Like, waving? Enoch waves directly in Lucas' face. No, shake his hand. Wide-eyed, Enoch takes hold of Lucas' wrist and starts to flail his hand about. Like this? Please stop. Why did I teach him how to wave at someone but not how to shake someone's hand? We're starting to attract attention. I hear a couple girlish giggles and spot a few people pointing. People are judging us. Enoch, just do as I do, alright? I take Lucas' hand and shake it to demonstrate. Pleased to meet you, Riley. What? Oh, be quiet, Lucas. Anyway, there you go, Enoch. That's what people do when they meet someone for the first time. Really? What a peculiar custom. I take it you're not from around here, are you? He comes from, afar? Very afar. You've gotta stop using that word like that. Either way, they don't shake hands where Enoch's from, they, do something else. What do they do anyway? Is there some sort of alien greeting ritual I don't know about? I'll have to ask Enoch later. Well, however you're used to doing it, Enoch, here we just shake hands. Point taken. Then let's shake hands. Enoch happily takes Lucas' hand and shakes it a bit too vigorously. That's enough, thanks. So, what are you doing here, Riley? Don't you usually eat breakfast at home? Yeah, there was an incident in my kitchen, so we decided to grab a bite to eat along the way. If your roommate isn't attending school with us, why is he following you? He wanted to drop me off, that's all. How thoughtful of him. Speaking of which, we should get going to make sure we're on time. Don't you think? The three of us leave Cozy Crepes and follow the path to school. Lucas, having finished his food first, keeps his hands in his pockets as we walk. He's a lot less chatty than he normally is, which isn't saying much, now that Enoch is with us. It doesn't surprise me though, Lucas has always been uneasy around strangers. Enoch busies himself polishing off his 2 crepes, seemingly unbothered by the chocolate sauce lathered all over his face and cheeks. Once he's done licking cream off his fingers, oblivious to the awkward vibe in the air, he wastes no time striking up conversation. So, Lucas, how did you and Riley meet? Enoch inches a little closer to Lucas as we walk. How long have you two been friends? How close are you guys? You're really close, right? Close friends? Not as close as you and I are now. Oop. Sorry. But you guys tell each other everything, right? That's what best friends do? I guess. Why? I'm just trying to get to know you better, that's all. So, how often do you two hang out? Do you come over to our house often? What do you guys do for fun? What do you learn in school together? How many years have you two been friends? You asked that already. But you didn't answer. Lucas meets my eyes and shoots me a silent plea for help. He's uncomfortable enough in most social situations, let alone now with someone as unaware of social cues as Enoch showering him with questions. Answer for Lucas or encourage Lucas to answer Enoch? I mean... yeah. I mean, if I was going to strictly go with getting points for Enoch, maybe the second one would be better, but you don't want to make your best friend uncomfortable, right? So I'm going to answer for him. We've known each other for 10 years now. We became friends when we were kids. You know how it goes. No, I don't know how it goes. That's why I asked. Tell me more about yourself, Lucas. How many siblings do you have? What do you like most about Riley? Do you have a favorite color? What do you often dream about? Do you ever think about your place in the universe? What's your favorite food? Is it crepes? Is it what? It is crepes, I knew it. But I didn't. I knew you and I would have something in common. You and I are like 2 feathers on a bird. It's birds of a feather. Isn't that what I said? Not quite. Lucas and I are like 2 peas on a pod then. Peas in a pod? What's the difference? Oh, would you look at that, we've arrived. Our school looms down the road within sight. A couple stragglers are still trickling in, but it's clear Lucas and I will be late if we don't pick up the pace. We have a bit more to go before we reach the gates, but it's pretty obvious that all Lucas wants is to put an end to this painfully one-sided conversation. I mean, it seems obvious to me, but I'm not sure Enoch's caught on yet. Alright, Enoch, this is where we part ways. Aw, but I was enjoying the fresh air. There's air everywhere. You can still breathe it at home. It's not the same. I'm just gonna go on ahead. I'll wait for Lucas to walk a bit further before lowering my voice. Sorry, Enoch. Just head home and wait for me, alright? Riley, I'm bored. I want to explore. For an entire week I stayed home like you asked, because you weren't sure how I'd behave around the Earthlings. People. Call them people. Please don't call humans Earthlings when we're outside. On that note, don't refer to humans as humans either. Do you have any idea how suspicious you sound? I get that you're worried. I'll give myself away, but it's been a week. Oh, sorry. It's been a week. I didn't risk my life coming all the way to Earth. Shh, not so loud. To just sit around your apartment all day. Enoch folds his arms defensively across his chest. I can tell he intends to stand his ground on this matter. Earth could be my home for the foreseeable future. I need to explore as much as I can on my own. I need to learn to live amongst other humans in order to blend in, don't I? I won't learn that lazing around on your couch doing nothing for hours on end. Then watch TV. Sorry. Haven't you enjoyed the movies I set aside for you? Don't get me wrong, marathoning your aunt's movies has been great. But there's only so much I can learn about humanity from the movies. Okay, sorry. I want to experience more of it firsthand, to learn about your culture and customs in person. Otherwise, how will I hold a conversation with people like Lucas? I won't learn to interact with other humans if you're the only one I ever get to talk to. Enoch, you didn't even know how to shake someone's hand 10 minutes ago. Now you expect me to let you run amok by yourself and not get into some kind of trouble? I'm only looking out for you here. Good grief, I sound like an overprotective parent. Besides, you promised you'd return home right away. That was the deal. It was? I don't remember that. Oh, really? Point is, no detours, straight back here. Understood? Yes, ma'am. What? When did that happen? Okay, fine. You're right, that was the deal. But how about I make you a new deal? I don't walk more than 10 minutes distance from the apartment, and I don't talk to or make eye contact with anyone. Surely that's okay. Is it? I know how badly Enoch wants to see more of the city. It isn't fair to keep him stuck at home all the time, no matter the reason. Perhaps, if I let him explore on his own, as long as he keeps to his word to not go too far or talk to anyone he shouldn't, he'll be fine. He may not be from Earth, but he's not a child. I should trust him more. And then again, there's still so much about Earth he's unaware of. How to shake someone's hand, for instance. And how to not invade someone's personal space during a conversation. Well, then again, even humans sometimes don't know that. What if he accidentally offends someone he passes on the street? What if he really does get hit by a bus when crossing the road and I'm not there to pull him out of harm's way? What if he falls through a manhole, ends up hopelessly lost in the sewers and can't find his way out? Okay, that one's a little far-fetched, but still. He's annoyed now, but I have his best interests at heart, don't I? Ooh, let him explore or insist he goes home. I mean, it can't end too bad, can it? I don't know if this game has any like bad ends. And I mean, I don't expect them to be this early in the game. So, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe. Do a quick save here and let him explore. Alright. Really? As long as you promise you won't go too far or talk to too many people. Don't do anything weird or abnormal if you're not sure it's culturally acceptable here on Earth. Matter of fact, try not to do anything except walk and look around. Got it? That works for me. Thanks, Riley. I appreciate it. Now get out of here. I gotta get to school. I'll see you when you get home. Enoch practically skips away, a bundle of energy. Shaking my head, I hurry over to rejoin Lucas, who puts his phone away when he sees me approaching. Sorry about that. Shall we? Your roommate's a weirdo. Yeah, I know. No point denying that. Lucas and I burst into class 5 minutes past the first bell. Writing something on the whiteboard, our teacher Miss Fortune frowns at our late arrival. Sorry we're late, ma'am. Yeah, sorry. He could have gone on and be not quite as late as we, right? My eyes flicker over to the source of the disdainful utterance. Of course. Standing there in his tightly buttoned up, crisply ironed shirt is none other than class president Felix Yang in all his arrogant, smarmy glory. Can't even do something as simple as make it to school on time, Riley. He regards me now with that familiar smirk of his I've come to know and hate. You don't even live that far away. You really are hopeless. I can hear the contempt dripping from every syllable that leaves his mouth. Where do I even begin with this guy? For the last year and a half since he transferred to our school, Felix and I haven't exactly had what you'd call a smooth sailing relationship. How do you know where I live anyway? Stalker much? In your dreams. Dreams? You wish. Any dream you're in automatically becomes a nightmare. This typically goes back and forth for a while. It's the whole crux of my relationship with Felix. He makes a snide comment about me, I fire back, and we take shots of each other until someone tires out. I'll have you know that as class president, it's one of my duties to keep up to date with everyone's current addresses. Because unlike a certain someone, I know how to be responsible and organized. Can I get any more obnoxious? Yet my address remains fresh in your memory out of everyone else in class. I didn't realize how important I was to you, Metal Mouth. Oh, don't flatter yourself. His lips curl back into a scowl, exposing the itty-bitty braces he hates me pointing out. I've always been a sore subject for him. I just count myself lucky he hasn't found a nickname for me yet, because I know he'd use it any chance he gets. I'm sorry, but can't we be just like the bigger person here? I don't know, Metal Mouth, because of his braces. You could, I mean, that's the same level as calling him Four Eyes or whatever. I don't know, I feel it's a bit low. Alright, you two, knock it off. Felix flushes red at Miss Fortune's admonishment. It's no secret he hates being chided by any teacher, but Miss Fortune is the one he reveres above them all. Sorry, ma'am, got carried away. A lion behind her back, but a kitty cat in her presence. And speaking of kitty cats, a couple rows behind him, Cat pokes her head out and meets my eyes. She grins and pretends to throw up in response to Felix's bootlicking as I try to suppress my laughter. There's something funny? Not at all. Take your seats, you two. Try not to be late next time. Understood? Yes, ma'am. Lucas and I move past Felix's table at the front of class, go figure, to take our seats near Cat. What took you two? Did you just want to see Metalmouth's reaction? To us being late? Of course not. Even so, I could have told you how he'd react. With condescension and some hoity-toity remark as always. True, but as much as he delights in any opportunity to talk smack about you, you know someone not being punctual bugs the hell out of him. He sighed up a storm earlier when you two weren't here while he took attendance. Cat has always been the antithesis of Felix. He's grumpy. She's perky. He's boring. She's fun. He's a stickler for the rules. She loves breaking the rules. He's arguably my biggest rival in school. And she's one of my oldest, closest friends. I still remember when Cat, Lucas and I first got acquainted. Lucas and I had been hanging out for a couple weeks when we ran into her at the playground. Her outspoken, extroverted nature had made Lucas so uncomfortable at first. But in a weird way, I think that drew Cat to him even more. Like the challenge of earning his friendship appealed to her or something. As it turns out, opposites really do attract. She'd taken slightly longer than I had to break through his defenses, but she got there in the end. People often think Cat chatty and obnoxious, the same way they assume Luke is cold and distant. But I know a side to them that others don't, and that's what I like about them. So, why are you late? Much as I had to say it, Metalmouth had a point. You're usually pretty punctual, and it's not like you commute to school. Riley's new roommate held us up. Whoa, you have a new roommate? Since when? Why is this the first I'm hearing about it? Don't worry, she didn't tell me about him either. So it's a boy, huh? What's he like? He's an alien who crash landed on my balcony one night and turned my life upside down. Now I live in constant fear that government agents will find and drag him to some super secret underground laboratory and run all sorts of unspeakable experiments on him. Of course, I don't actually say that for a multitude of reasons. His name's Enoch. He comes from afar. Very afar, according to him. I mean, the guy didn't even know how to shake someone's hand. For real? Where'd you find this guy, Riley? And when do I get to meet him? Is he not coming to school? No, he's just staying at my place for now. Until... well, actually, I'm not sure how long he'll be staying for. He's weird and mysterious? I want to meet him more than ever. More than once, I've contemplated telling Kat and Lucas the truth about Enoch. Having to hide such a monumental secret from my two best friends, especially one this exciting, has been eating me up from the inside. But that'd be insane, right? I can't tell them. I can't tell anyone. I mean, it depends on how well they take this, on how well they can keep a secret. And then it'd feel almost safer if someone else knew. Someone you trust, you know? Because they can maybe help keep an eye on Enoch. And you don't have to do it alone. Like, after 1 week it might still be fine, but in the long run... Lessons for the first couple hours go by in a blur. Soon enough, lunchtime is upon us. Kat, Lucas and I take our usual seats with our trays. Ugh, I hate math class. My brain feels like it's overheating. Tell me about it. I can't wait for the weekend. The weekend? The week's just started. Today's Monday. Exactly. It's the worst day of the week because it's the first day of the week. I cast Lucas an incredulous look. No, she's got a point. You're both dogs. No, I'm on their side, okay? It's Monday as I'm recording this and... yes. To my displeasure, the conversation turns back, once again, to Enoch. Hey, so, this roommate of yours? I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I overheard your conversation a little. Like when you told him to go home and wait for you there. Oh, you heard that? I thought I'd been talking quietly enough. I just hope that's all Lucas overheard. What's the deal with that? You're not letting him roam around the neighborhood by himself? Right, that's because... I can't exactly say it's because I'm afraid he'll give himself away as an alien. Come on, Riley, think of an excuse quickly. Ooh, he's sick. He has work to do. He's a tourist. Okay, he's sick is... like, we don't want anyone to worry, right? He has work to do. We'll get a follow-up question of what he's working. And he's a tourist. Is the most truthful one of these? I think I'm going with that. Well, he's a tourist. He's never been to San Angeles before and he wants to take in as much of the sights as possible. But it's dangerous to be out by yourself, especially if you're new to the city. He could get lost or mugged or worse. What are you, his babysitter? He gets lost pretty easily, and you saw how clueless he was today. I have every right to be worried. Fair point. How did you become roommates anyway? Who is he? Just a friend we never knew about? What's his name again? Ezra? Edward? I don't know how to pronounce that in English. Eunuch? That was his name. That most definitely was not his name. Not that Enoch would even know what a... I know what that is, it's the same word in German, but I don't think you'll pronounce it the same way we do. And Enoch probably doesn't know what it is, most likely. What I want to know is why you kept him a secret from us. I wasn't keeping him a secret from you guys. Well, I was. Then why haven't you mentioned him before? He doesn't strike me as someone not interesting enough to bring up in conversation at least once. Since when do you two need to know everything about my life and everyone I know? Harsh. I guess we're not as close as I thought we were. And there I was, thinking we'd be BFFs forever. You know that last F stands for forever, right? Saying BFFs forever is totally redundant. Don't change the subject by correcting my English. That is such a Felix move. Hey, never compare me to him. I mean, Kat's not wrong. Getting a new roommate is no minor development. It just came as a surprise when I saw him this morning. Exactly. If I suddenly got a mysterious roommate, you two'd be the first to know. I tell you all about whatever's going on in my life, don't I? In excruciating amounts of details, yes. I still haven't forgotten that harrowing story about your drunk babysitter and the naked florist. That's old news. You don't need to hear that story again. I want to hear about your roommate. I can tell Kat and Lucas won't let up on this. I can't tell them the truth, so... What can I say about how Enoch and I know each other that won't seem suspicious? His name's Enoch, and he's my cousin, he's my pen pal, he's an old friend. Okay, so we've known these two for very, very long, so old friend kind of seems odd. Esther's cousin. Pen pal. This feels like the best. I'm just hesitating now because Riley, in comparison to many other protagonists of visual novels, has quite the strong personality, which I kind of like. But now I'm worried that it's not something that is like typical for them. That we'd be called out, like, what? You're writing in your free time? I don't know. But I'm going pen pal. He's my pen pal? Your pen pal. Yep, we've been writing letters to each other for the last 5 to 6 years. People still write letters? Wouldn't an email have been easier? Enoch probably has no idea what an email is, let alone how to send and receive one. Hell, he probably doesn't know what letters and pen pals are either. Don't knock the classic pen and paper method, alright? It flashes out the authenticity of the experience to do it how our ancestors would have. Did you send your letters via carrier pigeon too? Oh, har. But since when have you been the type to write letters? Yeah, that was what I was worried about. But I mean, they're going to know the truth at some point either way, right? Right? I mean, any of those options seemed somewhat far-fetched. You've never mentioned a pen pal before, let alone that you were writing letters to begin with. Now we find out you've been doing this for 5 to 6 years? I'm sure I must have mentioned it at some point. You probably put it in the back of your mind and forgot. Maybe if you didn't exaggerate that much, like why would you say it's 5 or 6 years? Because that would also mean that we know a lot about Enoch, which we don't yet. Oh well. We were put on the spot. Lucas doesn't look particularly convinced. If anything, he looks twice as suspicious. Cat, however, seems as oblivious as always. So, where's your infamous pen pal from? I'm also curious to know where Enoch's from, to not understand the concept behind a handshake. Yeah, what do they do instead? I'm not sure. Well, you have to at least know where he's from, right? All I had to do was teach Enoch how to shake someone's hand, one of the most basic interactions two humans could have with one another. Yet for some inane reason, I didn't, and now I'm stuck in this pickle. And in all those stupid movies he's been watching, did not a single one feature a scene of two characters shaking hands? Been wondering that too. He comes from... Why are you talking weird? I'm not talking weird. Why are you talking weird? I'm not talking weird. Why are you talking weird? I'm not talking weird. You're the one that's talking weird. You're weird. You. Right. Do you not know where he's from? No, I do. He's from... I forgot the name. I can't pronounce the name. Zexalia, the real name. Ooh. Tricky. Thing is, I want to be honest with them. Because I value honesty, and I really think it would be a help for us. And it's going to come out eventually anyway, right? So... And I mean, this also could mean that we're not necessarily telling the whole truth, but saying, okay, this place he comes from is this name. Either of the choices seem okay, though. You know what? I'm just going for it. Zexalia. The what dear? Did I seriously just say that? An undiscovered, inhabitable planet hiding in our solar system. And I just blurted its official name out loud. It's not like it'd ring any alarm bells though, right? If Earth hasn't discovered aliens yet, then the name of an alien planet should be meaningless to everyone, including Lucas and Kat. Never heard of it. You sure it's on the map? Positive. It's just not very well known or well documented. Huh. Okay then. You really don't know how long he's staying with you, though. What's he even here for? Can't exactly say I don't know that either. How are they coming up with this many questions? I mean, the guy's living with you. Of course they'd be curious. He's on vacation, run away from home, or working here. I mean, the second one seems to be, again, most truthful. No, I'm just wondering if giving the name away is like kind of betraying Enoch. I hope it's not. Am I picking all the wrong choices in this one? Okay, on vacation, working here. Yeah, again, I want to stay with the one that's closest to the truth, so ran away from home. He's ran away from home? Like, that would also explain why you don't know how long he'll be here, right? You're harboring a runaway? OMG, what happened? He, had a falling out with his family. Dude, you gotta tell us more than that. know as much as you do. It's probably personal, so I didn't want to pry. Well, either way, it's nice of you to give him a place to stay if that's why he had to leave home. Phew, I think I bought it. Lucas and Kat are mercifully quiet for a couple minutes as we return to our meals. I poke at my mashed potatoes, which are too dry and gravyless for my liking. The silence doesn't last. Is he cute? Cat! Aw, you're blushing. Yeah, because you asked an embarrassing question. Trust me, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for you. If you get together with this Enoch guy... Oh my god, they were roommates. Yes! The whole essence of this game. Precisely. Very funny, you two. I can't help but ponder the question now that Kat's put it into my head. Do I think Enoch's cute? I suppose it's a natural question to ask. Kat and Lucas don't know he's an alien for one thing. But also, alien or not, Enoch's still a guy. Aside from the purple skin and red eyes, he's mostly humanoid, so it's not that weird, is it? That being said, whether he looks human or not, there's no getting around the fact that he's not human. Mom, Dad, meet my boyfriend, Enoch. He's an alien from outer space. Cool, right? Check out his gnarly purple tentacles. Yeah, not exactly the easiest boyfriend to introduce to your parents. Wait a second. Does he have tentacles? Now there's a question. Don't most aliens have tentacles? Or is it just a stereotype? Enoch might be insulted if I ask. After all, he took offense when I told him aliens were typically portrayed in movies as grotesque creatures that abduct cows and probe people's... She's been staring into space for a while now. Is she still thinking about what I said? You really caught her off guard. Sure, Enoch can be gullible and clingy, but he has a big heart and is very affectionate. What's not to like? I genuinely haven't paid much attention to him looks-wise though. At least, not until this very moment. Plus, whenever he's home, he's purple, and that makes it a little hard to think of him as cute, doesn't it? Really? Earth to Riley? Hello? Sorry, what? Come on, Riley, quit stalling. Is he cute or not? The people demand answers. All Kat asked was if I thought Enoch was cute. It's a yes or no question. Why am I overthinking this? Honestly, I kinda are not my type. Yes, of course. I can't say he's not cute. What's that supposed to mean? I mean, he's sorta cute. In a certain light. So you do think he's cute then? Oh, he didn't like that. Sorry, Lucas. Oh, alright. He's cute. He may be a handful, but he's sweet and kind and he has a nice smile. Aha! I knew it. Dude, you're blushing so hard right now. See, Lucas? And they were roommates. Roommates! I feel so sorry for Lucas. It's one thing choosing one love interest over the other, but seeing them actually react to it. And I do have a weakness for childhood friends to lovers, so... yeah, another game where I will definitely have to romance everyone. Let us know when wedding bells start to toll, would ya? Oh, shut up! Well, yeah, romancing everyone, that will be a thing for later, and also I think that is enough for today. I don't know if it's a good moment to stop, but yeah, I can't. It's the first time I'm playing this, so I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's it for the first part. Please tell me what you think. Do you already have an inkling who you would like to romance? Well, we'll see if Enoch made it home alright. Next time. Until then, bye bye!